to USA basketball, because we all know that we've been following this team, and it's been very dreary on the landscape of what we expect out of our NBA team. Well, our NBA superstars in the Olympics. We all know about the loss to France. That was pitiful. And there's no excuse for it. I don't care if they don't have team continuity. We have too many stars to be losing these games. They just came back early this morning, almost yesterday, last night, but it was early this morning, and it was on Peacock, which no one has. How you gonna put the game on a station that we have to purchase to watch the Olympics?
You said which no one has.
No one's paying for it. Even Giannis came on and was like, the game's on Peacock, I ain't paying for that.
Right.
He got plenty of money.
This is Giannis we're talking about.
That man got $200+ million and he ain't paying for Peacock. I ain't paying for Peacock. He's not doing it, bro. I mean, they beat Iran by 54 points.
Yeah. Smacked them up.
And now everyone feels like the team has arrived. They got the Czech Republic on Saturday at 8 a.m. And it's probably going to be on Peacock again, so we'll just have to wait to see what happens. But regardless, if they go ahead and beat the Czech Republic, then they're definitely going to make it into the medal rounds, which start on Monday. 12 teams out of these three pools will advance. Well, that's how many there are total. 8 teams advance to the quarterfinals, and then so forth. Do you think the U.S. team will actually leave the Olympics this year with a medal? And if so, which one?
So it is very possible. It's kind of hard to foresee it right now because, you know, the way the NBA season was, COVID, it's not totally normal for these players hopping into the Olympics right now. I know it's a lot of guys that bounce out of the playoffs, but you're still coming off, you know, short rest. Nonetheless, hopping now right into the Olympics after not getting a whole lot of rest from the NBA. So I could see a silver, you know, a bronze. I don't see a gold. You know, I just think we're a little too off for that right now. Chemistry's not there. And I know we got a lot of talent, but like when you look at how Popovich is actually officiating these guys, like we're just falling short in some aspects. But then again, we have so much talent to where we could turn it around and shoot for the stars at this point. I mean, you look at Kevin Durant, you know, again, only having 10 points. And when you're blowing Iran out 120 to 66, but we dropped 60 in the first half. So we're obviously kind of getting something under our belts where the continuity is getting better. The chemistry is growing. I mean, all of our players are now meshing together. Damian Lillard, 18 points in 20 minutes, ended up finishing with 25 plus, I believe, for the game. So like we've got guys out there that we know can play and they're just looking more comfortable. I mean, when you start to go through the storylines and the actual numbers of what Team USA did against Iran, it's not out of the ordinary. This is what these players are doing respectively for the Blazers and the Mavericks and the Lakers or whoever it is that's out there repping Team USA. These guys are finally just starting to hit their stride and just perform. And this is what we've needed. You know, I don't see a gold medal as much as I'd like to. It's just, I feel like it's too far-fetched right now, especially with how the exhibitions went. But I know those don't really weigh in because, you know, now's the time to, you know, put the pencil to the paper, the rubber meets the road, whatever you want to call it. And we're getting into the medal rounds. So we'll see how USA continues to develop. But, I mean, overall, they got the job done. And, I mean, 120 to 66, that's pretty convincing. I mean, whatever happened before that, like, you still got to take that game for what it is. You still put up a lot of points on a team. And, yes, it is Iran. But it's kind of like when you have a good team in the NFL and, oh, they've beat – you know, they're 7-0, but they beat no team. Okay, yeah, but they've still got some sort of experience under there, which makes me hold back from the potential, you know, gold medal height. So,
I mean, I absolutely agree. It just all depends on how it falls and how they see them moving forward into the medal rounds. Because if they have to play Slovakia and I was about to call him Dirk, and Luka, I don't know why his name was just ready to spew out. But, I mean, we saw what Luka did. The man scored 48 points in 31 minutes. I mean, that's ridiculous. I don't care where you're playing. I mean, at the level that he's playing at, if the U.S. draws Slovakia, like, in the semis, then it might be we're scrapping to get a bronze medal. I mean, I don't know that I would pick us against them. Granted, we do have more stars, and there's no excuse for us losing to any of these teams. I don't care how long they've been playing together, any of that. We have so much more talent, and all of these superstars out there, they need to get it together. And I think a lot of the problem has actually been Greg Popovich, because I've heard reports saying that he was actually trying to run the San Antonio Spurs offense with a team of megastars. Like, they don't need all of that. They barely need you to run any offensive sets. Just make sure they actually play some defense. They aren't stopping anybody. Iran didn't have scores. That's not really a good representation of what you can expect to see out of them moving forward. Sweet. I'm not sold. It was a good win. I'm glad they finally actually showed up like they were supposed to, but I've still got one eye just on them moving forward because I don't have faith in it. I mean, at this point, I would have to go as far as saying, like, I feel confident that they'll get a bronze, maybe a silver. I wouldn't put any money on them winning gold this year.
Exactly.
And it's sad.